Hello guys, as you may know, I recently did a video on a farming build on WoW Awakening / Ascension, and a question that popped up was, hey, cool build, but where do I actually farm with this? Like, what are good spots? And since I did a grind from 1 to 60 basically on my first let's play on the server, I thought, why not do a video about it? What was my favorite kind of farm spot? What were spots that I found to be really efficient and good to farm and to grind on. So yeah, this will be just a short update video on that, just showing a few locations that I think are pretty great for that, and if you're interested in that, then be my guest. On the update video you saw me in the Barrens around this area right here. This is actually quite good, especially like the Dwarven zone around this area and the Silphus kind of area around this spot. You can also think about going to the Northward Shoal, but you will be probably a bit high level for that and the enemies will be green by that point, so not the best spot, but still quite okay. For Alliance players, let's move to Darkshore. All the areas you can see around this shore right here are pretty great. The spiders, the wolves, very easy to kite. Like for level 20, great stuff. Level 30, like this is a great area altogether. First you start out here, then later on you can pretty much kill all the skeletons around this place. Then even move on to the zombies, and around level 30, 27 to 30, then you also have this spots with the Worgens. So also a great spot to be in. So yeah, level 20 to 30 you can pretty much just stay in this area if you are Alliance. If you are Horde, then you probably will go to Ashen Vale for a bit. After you are done in the Barrens, you can also go to Stone Talon, but the camps there are not that great. As a Horde player, I would recommend you to kill the full burgs around this area and make your way up to level 30, maybe even with some satires. But yeah, it should allow you to reach level 30, and once you're done with that, I think the following areas will be the same for both factions. Stranglethorn all around is just a great area. Starting with the Nessingberry Hunter quest line, like all the beasts you can pretty much just kite and pull together and AoE grind. The nicest farm spots for that are the Raptor ones around this area right here, and also of course around the Gurubashi arena, just great spots. Also the troll camps are pretty nice if you do some line of sighting, like basically run around the ruins and try to pull the ranged and caster mobs behind the pillars, and then you should be good to go there as well. If you don't want to leave Kalimdor, then Thousand Needles is also a pretty nice spot to go. The wyverns around this area right here are nice to kite, nice to stack together, just pretty straightforward enemies. And of course the Shimmering Flats are probably one of the best farming spots in the game. Turtles around this area, the Silphus around this area are just fantastic. I think I farmed around 5 to 6 levels just at this hole right here. And then also like the Basilisk. They tend to stun you, like a certain kind of enemies tend to stun you there, but it's okay, you can kind of avoid it. And yeah, usually I would recommend you to stick around this zone right here, but this is actually also a pretty nice spot if you want. But I think eventually you have to like come back to the Stranglethorn Vale and to grind your way up to level 40 around that zone. Like, it's really, Stranglethorn is just a big area and you can really go from about level 30 to 42, 43. Spell with the gorillas in this area. So once you have done that, I think we are heading to the really nice grind spots. Like now, things just roll out of control. One of the best money making and experience farming grind spots are the Pirates in Daenerys. It's just insane, like the amount of gold and the amount of XP I made there. Like pretty much unlimited uptime, they respawn really fast, you can kill them over and over again. It's a huge area. It might be a bit contested just because it's so good. You also find different treasures around that place and also have the chance of some extra loot from hidden quests, and just amazing area overall, and I would highly recommend you to go there. Once you are done with that, you are probably around level 50. Now you can think about going to Ongoro and killing some more raptors and other dinosaurs of that kind. Also the gorillas at that area are pretty nice to farm as well. But the thing I actually did was went over to the western and eastern Plaguelands, just because this is basically the best farm spot in the game right now. The area at Children Camp, like all the different areas you can see here, the little camps, you can basically make them out pretty clearly with those houses and those fields in front of them. Basically the farms. And that's also quite fitting because they are really just farm spots. Nice thing about the area is that the zombies spawn some sort of maggots, like some sort of ads, which also provide you with XP, which is just completely broken. It was at this point where I actually started a little faster, just because I was able to pull so many things. I kinda started in Tanaris. Like until Tanaris you kinda, well, the farming spots are pretty good, but not that great, but from Tanaris on it just snowballs and just gets super insane, and it culminates pretty much in Eastern and Western Plaguelands. Also because of this area right here, and there are some Scarlet Monastery camps around this area that can also be farmed quite nicely. But yeah, I think I will have some footage on screen right now. It's just, I think, around 20 to 25 enemies you can pull at once and you can kill them without any downtime. It's great, and yeah, that's about it. So if you have the dedication, if you have the correct build, then grinding your way up in Awakening / Ascension is pretty much quite easy. You have to keep in mind, because of videos like this and also the overall just experience from players, spots like these will be probably pretty heavy guarded and have a pretty high traffic. Might be even like the go-to spots for gankers and PvPers who like to prey upon the farmer. So keep that in mind, be careful about that. Maybe keep a bubble up, keep your Hearthstone up, or maybe even the Shaman teleport. And most of all, maybe try to find your own kind of farm spots. The World of Warcraft is such a huge one, and you can pretty much farm on all spots. Like there are more efficient ones, and the thing is, they are just that efficient because, well, you can pretty much have them without any downtime. You can farm them because the enemies around that zone are quite easy to kill, like they are not ranged or anything like that. But once it becomes the point where there are too many enemies, like in regards of enemy players or like also allied players who farm that spot, then the meta kind of shifts and you have to think about new spots which will be then more efficient. Like usually they would be less efficient, but since there are so many people on that farm spot, it just becomes unviable for you, and that is the point where you should think about maybe looking for a different spot. Like of course I can't cover all of them, and once I would cover them in this video as well right now, it would kind of defeat the purpose because they would also be like sieged and overused. So keep that in mind. Try to find maybe some farm spots for your own. And like those are the ones that I used for my grind, and those are the ones I found to be the most efficient ones. And I hope that kind of helped you. I hope you will enjoy your time on Awakening / Ascension, and maybe even just take your time, try out new builds, try to level in a normal way, maybe even go for some PvP, try to kill those people who go for farming. That can also be quite some fun. Alright, sorry, got ganked there. Yeah. So, don't sit, by the way, if you don't want to get disrupted or anything. Don't sit even if you're in an inn. Seems to be a bug where you can still get attacked, so sorry about the intermission. I was about to say, have great fun on Ascension, try out your own stuff, and yeah, until next time, stay awesome and bye.